Hey, what's up, party people? Welcome to an always late but still on time episode of Honest Trailer Commentary for Nope! We had some technical difficulties last week. Weren't able to shoot this live in the studio. And we weren't going to just Zoom from home. No. We were going to wait until we were back in the office next week and then just do it before the other one. So right after this, we will not have a costume change. At least I didn't bring one. And we'll roll right into Thor 4. But now let's talk about Nope, a film that I saw now like 3-4 weeks ago and remember enjoying.
I vaguely recall Nope. It was pretty good, I think, right?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And I will say that plenty of moments from this film stuck with me. Explicitly, the people being digested by the big alien butthole in the sky that represents Hollywood.
Yes.
The chimpanzee beating the sitcom cast to death. I remember that. And, and a shoe. There was a shoe involved.
There's a shoe. It stood up.
Sticking up, yeah. That's all from Nope.
That's all, folks.
Nailed it.
No, I really liked it. I think that this one, and we can get into it, was maybe thematically and like overarching metaphor-wise less interesting to me than Get Out and Us. But I think as a visual storyteller,
Yes.
Jordan Peele is just like has reached is maintaining the level of excellence that he began in those two films.
Yeah, the fact that so many of those night shots were shot during the day and then like they made them look like they were at night is amazing. It's beautifully shot. And I like that. I always like when someone goes, oh, this is what you think I am, so now I'm going to pivot. And no, this is just straight up an alien butthole movie.
Yeah.
Like, that is what this is. Like, I know that you're looking for it to be like, I don't understand it, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, he's always going to have like these huge thematic themes. But so obviously that's always going to be part of his work, but far less being like, what did I just see than Us? And more like, hey, no, this is a pretty straightforward alien movie starring two very charming actors playing the worst people you've ever met.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
they're jerks.
They're prickly.
They're jerks.
They're a little prickly.
They're jerks.
Yeah.
Okay, no, not. I mean, worst is in like, I mean, they're not like serial killers, but if you met them in your real life, that whole day would be like, this asshole just ruined my day.
Yeah. I mean, we could discuss, I think that it's in a deleted scene that we cut, but it's like, by horror movie rules, don't one or both of them deserve to die?
Yes.
By horror movie rules, like if you're a jerk, or if you like, refuse to learn the lesson that the butthole's trying to teach you, you usually get eaten. So, Lon, what's your overall take?
No, I love this one. I think it's my favorite Jordan Peele. I feel like with everyone, he like Get Out is so like he's got this sort of high concept, this really kind of interesting take on a way to do a horror movie that's really sort of about like a social commentary thing that he wants to discuss. And then I think you have Us, which is more of like in between, like there's commentary, there's stuff going on, but it's also just like a lot of horror tropes he wanted to experiment with. And now I think Nope is the first time it feels like this is just a Jordan Peele movie. Like it's ideas, it's horror, it's other things he likes. It feels like it very much its own thing, and it's hard to really compare it to any one other movie. Like there's elements of a lot of different movies in it, but it doesn't feel like, oh, this is Jordan Peele's take on an X or a Y, or this is him doing a this, or even then, before it came out, people were like, oh, this is going to be Jordan Peele's Alien movie.
Right.
And it is, but it feels a lot more specific than just that. It's not just his take on an alien invasion movie. It's his take on like kitsch culture, and it's his take on like Hollywood and the movie industry and the history of the Hollywood industry and how below the line people versus above the line people are treated and looked at.
And also like the way that now, instead of helping people when like a fight happens, we're all just like world star,
right?
And like taking out like our videos
and about comparing the way that some people on film sets are treated, and the sort of animal actors and that and all of that stuff together. It's not about any one of them. It's about all of them together. And it feels like a cohesive whole in a way that I don't know if the others do. He's really advancing, I think, rapidly as a sort of
pretty incredible, and that's why we put him in some highfalutin company, as we do in this Honest Trailer. Let's watch it.
The following trailer is rated S for spoilers. In an entertainment landscape dominated by corporate IP, 3 filmmakers are fighting to keep cinema alive. Spielberg, Tarantino, and Nolan. But now, with just his 3rd film, one more name joins that hallowed list. Le Carpetron, Duke Marriott.
Le Carpetron, Duke Marriott.
Legendary sketch. Legendary sketch. Go watch it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a question already of like, was there any debate? No, because. Well, Danielle, I think you suggested Le Carpetron, or was it Lon?
I'm having Lon.
So
Le Carpetron's my favorite. I've already been through and decided that Le Carpetron is my favorite.
I want him to keep making films, and we're just going to move through the names, one by one. He will never be, it will never run out, because there's so many good ones.
Key and Peele sort of adopted Hingle McCringleberry. They brought him back a few times specifically, so I feel like that's out, because he became a regular character.
Yeah.
So you got to pick from the rest of them. There's X-Wing at Aliciousness is also very funny.
That's one of my favorites.
That's a close one. And then there's some that are not easy to pronounce, like the construction sounds.
Right, construction.
So
that's where anytime I do a joke where it's just Schwarzenegger noises, that's where that's.
So, of all the pronounceable ones, I think Le Carpetron Duke Marriott is mine. That's poetry. I mean, that's the greatest fake name ever, really.
Now, I was trying to think of who else belongs on that Mount Rushmore, and let's say that there's room for more than 4 of people who are, I'm thinking like directors who can open a movie just based on the director's name. People will go see it in this day and age. I think it is Spielberg, Nolan, Tarantino, and Jordan Peele. Maybe Denis Villeneuve, but
maybe.
Outside of Dune, Dune was his biggest one for sure. Anyone?
It's more niche, Villeneuve. Like he's still got fans, but
it's
a little.
I don't know, man. I mean, you get into like obviously indie filmmakers, like people go see.
Right. There's the the Chloe Zhao's, and the people who can right. But like she's not opening films that would like the way Christopher Nolan is.
Yeah, like that level.
I think we're at 4.
I mean,
we just have 4.
I want more. It's not,
and internationally, people still see movies overseas with a.
Well, I would say there's like in-betweeners where they still have name recognition, but we're just not sure. Like a Sam Mendes or a Shyamalan or.
No one in America is saying the new Sam Mendes just dropped. Let's go see the new Mendes.
There's one coming out that's getting Oscar buzz with Olivia Colman in a few months.
I'm talking like a blockbuster. Like there are people lined up to see the new Sam Mendes movie.
I mean,
that aren't like
many.
film freaks.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there are still directors with a lot of name recognition that are in this kind of in between zone where their movies still come out and there's a certain amount of like fanfare too. Like even David Gray, the guy who did like Ad Astra, he's got a new one. And people
God, Lon, you are so Twitter brain poison to think people are lining up for the new Ad Astra.
I'm not saying they're lining up. You're purposefully contorting what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's this gray area below that, but I don't think there's many people escaping that gray area to get into the top upper tier.
I think it's more black and white. I think
it used to be more. There was more movement, and now it's sort of stratified.
Yeah, I think it's more like TV. I think that when you think of people where I'm going to go see this, like I want to tune in for this television show because I am interested in seeing this showrunner. Like that's a TV thing. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's grim. Either way, it's grim.
It's grim. We want more.
It's
but even like Peter
IP
Jackson at this point, like Peter Jackson's a guy who's still got a tremendous amount of name recognition, but I don't know.
Is there an elf in it? Not going.
Right, but like Lovely Bones is not topping people's must see list.
Yeah. So there you go. Let us know who we're missing out on. Or
please do. I would love to know who we're missing out on.
Let us know who the next Sam Mendes project you're excited for. All right, play the
won Oscars and stuff. Like, acting like he's like a spirit.
Saddle up for an old-fashioned black cowboy UFO movie about black cowboys making UFO movies the old-fashioned way that pulls triple duty as an action adventure, sci-fi horror, and salute to analog filmmaking.
No electricity.
On top of Peele's trademark social commentary on how working in Hollywood is like being slowly digested by a giant butthole in the sky. That tracks. Daniel Kaluuya stars as the...
a joke that is stupid because I realize now that it's a audio-visual medium and not the written word is I wrote that tracts with a CT because it's in a digestive tract. But then I'm realizing, You can't really tell. He's just saying that tracks, even though
not really.
Yeah, because they're in the tract of the whatever. Keep playing.
The other black OJ who owns a white Bronco. He's a horse trainer who'd rather talk to animals than people.
That's good.
And talks to people like they're animals.
Yeah. Whoa.
His sister Emerald is your classic cloud chaser.
I direct, write, produce, act. I do a little singing on the side.
And cloud chaser. Who hatches a plan to chase a cloud for clout. She may seem annoying, and he may seem like the oldest young man alive.
Flip phone.
But under the surface, they're still both kind of dicks.
I can monitor the feeds remotely myself if you want, free of charge.
Hell no.
Dicks.
Thrill
So pause.
as the Haywood.
They're dicks.
Yes.
I find it hard to avoid the auteur self-insert when I'm thinking about OJ and Jordan Peele. Like, is this Jordan Peele's? Is he putting himself in that position and being like, I'm trying to basically wrangle Hollywood and like do it my own way without getting absorbed and eaten? And I saw this as like him kind of struggling with those ideas on his own of like, I want to keep my integrity. I want to like make money or like enough money to keep this thing going, but I don't want to get swallowed up by it.
Look,
so I can't look it in the eye. I just have to like focus on my work and just like keep my head down and do my thing.
It's so funny because we were actually, me and Lon will, I don't drive, I take buses and stuff. So Lon is a sweetheart and will pick me up for work sometimes. And we were talking today about like, Boots Riley and how it is very evident that he wants nothing to do with the system and he wants to do it all on his own, but that also obviously comes with pitfalls, and it comes with like there's pluses and there's minuses. And so I do think that that's a very interesting read on something like this, because there are people who are very much like, I want to do it my way, but I have to find a way to do that and like pay my bills. I got a baby with Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, I got to figure some stuff out, So, yeah, that is a really interesting read on that, because we were literally just talking about that thing of like, you want to make your own art and you want to make it your way, and you don't necessarily want to get super big Hollywood with it. And at a certain point, you have to be like, there are concessions I am going to have to make, but how do I make those without like having my soul sucked up into the big sky butthole?
Yeah. I mean, that's how I was watching it, was that this was, the predator was Hollywood or audiences. You can kind of blend the two, chasing Jordan Peele around, trying to suck him up. Like, this is my territory. You're on my turf.
Right. And I think that's valid, but I think what's cool about this movie is that you don't need to read into it. Like, because that character is also just his take on an archetypal Western hero, but in 2022.
Like a grumpy pants.
Like, what would the tropes be of the, like, cowboy hero in the Western film, but if it was today? And then you get that shot of him with the smoke clearing on the horse at the end that kind of ties it all together. So I think that's not a counter to what you're saying. I think it's both at the same time, which is what's cool about this movie.
But I'm realizing that it goes even one step deeper, because if OJ is Jordan Peele, then the sister, Kiki, is Key. She's Key.
Key.
Well,
Totally the key in the relationship.
or they're two halves of his.
And she's like, I'm the clown.
That's the least friendly reading. I think there's also that she's the
they have
side
a successful
of him.
partnership.
She's the side of him that's more compelled to do things that are pop culture friendly. Key. Well,
yeah, it's like Outcast. Like, they're two people who work well together, but obviously they come from different spectrums. You should listen to Outcast. I am very old.
Yeah.
That is.
The kids know about
Three
Outcast.
Stacks, please.
Do not know Three Stacks.
The kids know about it.
They know Hey Ya. They do not know Three Stacks.
All right,
You
keep
should,
going.
though.
Keep playing.
Siblings try
All
to
in
capture a
the
UFO on
Cadillac.
film before it turns all their
Get into
ranch
it.
into catch up. Together with the help of Gen Z Millhouse.
Pause.
Book pilot on the CW.
I had the original line there was turn their ranch into pink sauce.
Yeah.
And you changed it to ketchup. I'm just curious. I'm not without expressing an opinion. I think it works well either way. Well, give us a little insight into the background of that, because I thought pink sauce was the more contemporary reference.
Somebody told me to change that. It might have
Really?
been. It might have been
Was that a legal thing?
No. It was like somebody didn't. I think maybe it was our editor Kevin.
Oh, so you didn't get it.
I don't get
Which is-
what is talking about.
And we've already made we made a pink sauce joke a couple of trailers ago.
Did we? Okay. Well,
We-
that's
no.
fair.
We did.
I will.
I'm just always curious as to the game of telephone, like how these jokes get morphed.
I definitely changed it, but it was in response to. Not to throw our editor under the bus, because not everyone should be on TikTok and know about
Well,
this.
no, it's like
Pink sauce had a moment.
that's a good note of like, hey, I don't get what this
Why are they
reference is.
saying
We
pink
should make
sauce?
it. We should make it more universal.
Everyone knows ketchup.
I thought it was going to be that you thought the blood looked more like ketchup, which also would have been an
Let's
interesting
check it out.
insight.
Let's roll that back. All right, play the clip.
Take that.
I mean, pink sauce is it's very specifically neon pink.
And it's also like kind of that moment.
After UFO on film before it turns
we
on
wrote
the
this a few
rag
weeks ago,
and to
bear in
catch
mind.
up.
Okay, it looks ketchup
Together
All
with
right.
the help
Fair
of
enough.
Still
Gen Z
condiments.
know-how.
Close enough. Anyways, yeah, keep going.
I was just curious.
Booked a pilot on the CW. So left me.
And a man who eats an ashtray full of cigarettes for breakfast.
He was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
They'll pull off a makeshift Western film shoot deadlier than Alec Baldwin on a budget. Shudder as Jordan Peele ratchets up the tension so slowly, the fake-outs are scarier than the actual monster.
That was the creepiest scene.
I actually think
Pause.
I think the Gordy scene is
Oh,
the
the Gordy-
scariest
yeah.
thing Jordan
Oh,
Peele's
yeah,
ever
yeah.
made. Like in
It is
any of the three
disturbing.
movies, I don't think I've ever been as unsettled as I was when the kid is under the table, and even though it's a
Flashback. He's gonna make
fine.
it.
Yeah, like he opens his own cheesy amusement park, but
Yeah.
that scene is it's so intense, and he's really patient with it, and the monkey the motion capture on the monkey is really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
Who
mark
is
of a
that
good
monkey?
horror film and CGI, right? With a guy.
Oh,
that's
no,
the
yeah,
guy
I'm
from
wondering
The
if
Square.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that there's that foreign movie The Square where the guy acts like an ape in that one scene.
Yes.
Freaks out all the people eating.
Yeah.
It's that same guy doing mocap. He's Gordy.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
he's great. He's very believably chimp-like.
Right. And like it's obviously good in general to not use real animals like that, especially when you have to train them to beat someone to death.
Right.
Look, RRR, just a bunch of and I was like, yes, Tiger, eat that man's face.
Yeah.
And especially in this movie where
Those are
theme-
fake, right?
Yeah, they were all fake.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's why it's good to use CGI.
Every animal in RRR is totally fake.
Including the oxen. I'm not sure if you caught
Yeah.
that part.
They let you know right away. Not real animals. But I mean, especially in this movie where the theme is, the
Exploitation,
cruelty of
yeah.
exploitation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could use real animals.
Except
Yeah.
the horses.
The horses are, yeah.
All right, keep going.
To the film, it's a cloud.
There. Doesn't move.
Exactly. And that cloud has been right there at least since I set the cameras up.
I'll probably be looking at the same damn cloud every day for the last 6 months.
That cloud ain't moved a goddamn inch.
It's in the cloud!
With tons of wind shots that are only scary if you've never seen The Happening.
Any wind-related horror movie is going to get this comparison in my brain.
It can't be done. Damn. Yeah, that has to be done.
Here it comes!
What you don't see is scarier than what you do, especially when your creature looks like, well, the fries that closed down in Burbank.
R.I.P.
Or in its final form, Squidward having a maternity shoot.
Will someone please feed me a horse? I'm hungry.
Steven Yeun caught a break in 2015. Now it's payback time. He's a child actor who watched his co-stars get beaten to death by a chimpanzee, and that's still not his worst experience in front of a live audience. In this subplot that explores the predatory nature of Hollywood and how most of us are so emotionally stunted, we can only process trauma through old SNL references.
Daryl Hammond, Anna Gasteyer, Sherry O'Terry. Scott Wolf is the host, he's me. But of course, the star of the sketch is Chris goddamn Katana as Gordy.
I guess this
Sounds like
business
my
really
nightmare.
does mess you up. Not swing.
Pause. Yeah, I love the SNL name drops, and then like that OJ got his start on the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had like the Scorpion King crew sweatshirt. I guess it's sad because I'm now feeling nostalgia for a terrible period of time, which was the early 2000s.
Well,
but I guess we've hit that.
I mean,
hit that a while
it's
ago.
time. Oh yeah.
But I think that it's such a good choice. Like that's
Yes.
what Jordan Peele does so well. Is the details are right. Like the Scorpion King is such a perfect choice for what crew sweatshirt he should be wearing, because it is like so much of the idea is when you work on a film, the experience has nothing to do with the final film.
Yes.
So
Sure.
Scorpion King is a movie we all in the public are like, nah, we don't remember it that well. It was a blip on the cultural radar, significant mostly for being like The Rock's sort of arrival.
On a weird
Yes.
scorpion body. Yeah.
Right. Well, no, that was The Mummy Returns.
Oh.
Then The Scorpion King was the movie
Excuse
that
me.
followed up, where we followed. This is not the story of the Scorpion King, the king. This is the real person who inspired the
It's
Scorpion.
like a Lightyear
King.
situation.
Yeah, it's a Lightyear situation. But for him, that was a pivotal career and family moment, so it really means something to him. And it's such a great choice. What a random but not random movie to pick.
And that is like a great eBay hole to fall down if you want like some crew
Yes,
merch.
yes.
I'll bet we could get like a nice Scorpion King hoodie.
Like I have a shirt from Sour Grapes that
Nice.
Larry David, because I interviewed Larry David when that movie came out and they gave me that shirt. And it was just like a really memorable thing. So that's not a memorable movie, but it is for me because I had that experience.
Oh God, yeah, no. Like when I did junket for the Lion King live action, they gave us like this like Lion King like little Simba toy that's like this animatronic where it's like you put the thing up to him and it's like I just can't wait to be king, and like the little ears move.
That's
and, like,
a thing
it does
Simba
weird stuff.
says. That is a thing Simba
That
says.
is a thing Simba says.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Simba that you remember, but a Simba, and that's what counts. Oh, I love grubs or like whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, keep going. I gotta buy some more of that stuff.
So gaze in awe at a master of the craft absolutely flexing on the audience as Jordan Peele layers in jokes, images, and references that will only really hit when you watch multiple times.
Keep our heads up out the clouds on this one.
Adds little character details in the background, like Angel mining crypto in his bedroom.
course
The
he
dude
does.
even snuck in an Akira slide.
Nice.
Okay, look, I don't have a joke here or anything. I just think he's great. Now do the thing where people say the movie title out loud. That's funny.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Starring Payback Horseman, Scream Queens, Oscar baiting, literally, Jupiter Ascending, Alien vs. Redditor, They Don't Live, Satinomorph, Bi-Curious, I Hate Every Ape I See, from Chimpan A to Chimp Gord E, and I See What You Did There.
Hey, go look him in the eyes, please. What are we doing here? Hey!
The little guys with the big eyes.
Yeah, it's a big guy. This guy.
They schnoop horses, don't they?
So silly.
Was Gordy's Home a Nickelodeon sitcom? Because then the weird foot stuff makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, so if you don't know what we're talking about, there's some weird Nickelodeon producer with a foot fetish that
Dan Schneider, right? That's his name?
Dan something. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, parody.
Allegedly.
There's a bunch of weird foot stuff in all those old Nickelodeon sitcoms if you go looking for it.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
We just told you all you
Don't.
needed
Honestly, don't.
There's lots more to say, but at this point I will pause to say thank you for watching and check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/fandom, because we got some cool stuff coming up. This Thursday. Does this come out today, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, great. This Thursday, there is a stream on the Capcom Tokyo Game Show presentation. We'll get a new Street Fighter. That'd be cool.
Man.
The Fandom Game Club continues with Call of the Sea, chapters 3 and 4 at 3 p.m. So if you play chapters 1 and 2 right now, you'll be all synced up.
If you hear the sea calling you.
Yeah. And then Friday, a Street Fighter event.
Hey!
At 8 a.m.
dope. Love
I gotta
this.
dust off my sticks. Get
Yo,
get
my fingers used
Hadouken.
to be so fast.
First. And then at
I play it
11,
like this.
we will continue our Rings of Power watch along. See how those rings going. I haven't seen a single episode yet of you.
Oh no, they're great. It's great. I really am enjoying it.
All right, well, I'm a Thrones loyalist again. I'm back in Westeros.
Back in, baby.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick. You can enjoy Westeros and Middle Earth.
They're just both too woke for me.
I have.
That's true. They both, for some reason, they're both allowing non-whites in.
Black
which is
elves?
like
Impossible or just
a
offensive?
black sheriff?
Mermaids, though, that's where I draw the line.
No, because they're real and they're from Denmark.
Yes, Fandom Race Science is not going to be.
It's our new show, Fandom Race Science.
That's not part of the Twitch channel.
Tune in.
Fandom Phrenology.
I will not be on there.
Yeah.
So
we just got a lot of those ceramic heads, and we'll be measuring them with those tongs.
The skull shape of the Numenor syndicates.
These aren't headphones.
All right, let's go on to back to Nope. Let's watch some outtakes if we have those ready.
Starring Dread Hampton, Black Mirror,
kind of bad about
Outer
that one.
Space, Kiki Grip, Angela That's It. I hate to say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. Roger Sneakins, Cinema Top Dollargrapher,
He's top
Old
dollar
Man
from-
Yells at Cloud.
Yeah.
Not so invincible now, are you? Fed Lasso, Everything Sucking Up Millhouse, the IT Crowd, The Other Thing, One-eyed, one-mouthed flying Roger Deakins eater. Billowy Jean is not my lover. Apes together, wrong. Lovecraft Country. Haywood, just suck me. Cowboys,
Very proud of
back.
myself.
Horsing around.
All right.
Because their last name's Haywood.
Haywood.
Folks. It's the
Haywood.
Haywood
Haywood
Ranch.
Judge.
So it's Haywood. Judge,
Triple H, Haywood Hollywood Horses or something.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, good time. So, y'all have some questions? We've got answers. Nigerian Medic writes, one of the underlying themes pointed out in the video is how Hollywood can chew people up and spit them out and leave people who played a big part in productions forgotten or uncredited. True.
Yes.
Can y'all name a time you learned about someone who was a big part of a movie or TV show you love but seems largely uncredited? So like someone who just, I guess an under-the-line...
Well, I think the Star Wars films are filled with great examples of people who were massive contributors to their success,
Yes.
but then aren't included necessarily in the legend. I mean, Marshall Lucas is a name that gets knocked around a lot, and Lee Bracknell, and there's a lot of those kinds of names. That are sort of like very significant in the development of that project that got kind of left out along the way.
Totally. I mean, I think every below the line person is
Literally.
largely uncredited and
Well, they're credited.
They're
Like,
credited, but I mean, like
yeah.
as far as their contributions go, unrecognized outside of people within the industry. And you know what? That's not. It's fine as long as they're getting paid. Frankly, as long as you're getting like good union representation and a paycheck, like you're not being a key grip for the fame.
you kind of know what you're signing up for.
Yeah. It's honest work, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't.
I mean, every editor, literally every editor ever. You do not understand how much an editor can influence how good or bad a project is.
Yep.
Because they can take absolute garbage and you watch it, it's like, oh, that's great. And then you go back and you're like, how did you make that out of that?
Like Thelma Schoonmaker is often left out of the discussion about Scorsese films, and like she's in some ways the author. Like he's on set being like, okay, we're gonna set the camera here, we're gonna shoot this there, but then she's taking all that footage that he shoots and making it into a story.
Yeah.
And in Scorsese films, especially if you think about like Goodfellas or Casino, you're jumping around through time and space and all this stuff. She's putting those segments together.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also on the writing side, there's usually like 6 uncredited writers on every big
sure,
Hollywood
yeah.
screenplay
Yeah.
Who have done passes to kind of tweak things here and there and add jokes and stuff like that. But,
You want to come and do a punch-up pass?
Yeah.
I don't know, how much?
Yeah, they get paid. All right, so Drew Wobster writes, a lot of people believe Nope stood for not of planet Earth, and many characters in the film, especially Jupe and his family, seem convinced Jean Jacket is from outer space. However, we never get any actual confirmation that Jean Jacket's an extraterrestrial. Do you think it's an alien being or a long-dormant, undiscovered creature from our planet?
I don't know, but I will say black people say nope a lot. I'm sorry. Like, if you look, so I don't want to be like I understand like what people were, and I'm not saying that that's not real. I'm just saying we say nope a lot. In the same way that if you text me something, I might respond with whelp instead of well.
Yeah. Well, also, he's got a history now of enjoying declarative statements as titles. 'Cause
Yes.
it would be the second one. That
Get
he's
out.
used.
Us.
Get out.
Nope.
Yeah, well, us
They're
is like
really-
a pronoun, but like, yeah, Get Out and
real
then
short.
Nope are like punchy statements as titles. I
Yeah.
feel like that makes sense without the acronym. I do think it's probably not from Earth, though, just because we don't, like, there's never been another observed case of one.
Well, there was also that discussion of what the new UFO acronym
UAP,
is.
yeah, UAP.
Yeah. So maybe it could be.
I mean, you could just read that as they
layer
think.
there.
They think it's from outer space. It might not be, but it just seems like something that got lost from somewhere else in the galaxy.
I think
and
it's
found its way in.
terrestrial. I think it is something that was like unearthed from that valley, because that kind of just fits to me the central metaphor of like, this is Hollywood and it's a predator, like that it's something that this is its territory. It's like hunting grounds. They're in Southern California, they're outside of Los Angeles, and it's like it just kind of this primordial thing that was there before them and is like, this is my turf and you can't
Right.
take
Well,
it
what's
from
great is that we know that you just give it a balloon.
give it a balloon. Yeah,
feed
give it a
it
spiky
balloons.
There you
balloon.
go.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
that's
look
all you
at
gotta,
it.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Okay, Linger Senghor says, I've had this question for weeks. Please take it, Ryan. I hated Jurassic World Dominion.
Correct.
How would the Velocipaster have fixed it? What's the Velocipaster?
Oh, that's one of those direct to
yeah.
VOD, like, you know, it's purposefully cheesy kind of B movie where it's like it's a guy who's he's a pastor, and then I think he gets I haven't seen it. He gets turned into a raptor. Is that what happens?
Nice.
Or he fights raptors? I don't know. I don't usually I feel like the best B movies are the ones that they're not like they're accidentally bad.
Sure,
they're
sure,
not
sure.
like,
Yeah.
hey, let's make
Trying to
a
yes, I
But
agree.
it's a pretty funny, what is that, a portmanteau?
Yeah.
Yes.
Neologism, one of those things where you take two words and
All
just
right,
kinda-
the plot follows Pastor Doug Jones, who becomes infected by an artifact, resulting in him
Jones.
turning into a velociraptor when he becomes angry. There you go.
I mean,
you
if you
wouldn't
think that
like me when I'm angry.
is it a Christian film? Because I feel like that would really spice
No, it's
up
a
that-
comedy horror.
Okay, but like, if I find religious films are usually pretty underwhelming, but if they were to kind of embrace that side of things, and
Yeah, I
have,
think it
is that sacrilegious to have a Velociraptor pastor? I don't know. You be the
Well,
judge.
no, isn't there that museum where like Jesus is on top of like a?
Rode a dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
We all saw it.
I've been there.
I mean, the evangelical Christians do believe that humans and dinosaurs coexisted, correct? Like so.
Take it literally.
On the
It's
ark,
all- it's
on
all
the ark
page.
together, raptors and humans.
Why couldn't they preach the
They
good word?
could, yeah, maybe there could have been a raptor who was enlightened.
Two questions coming up that are kind of similar from ALM Moishe 210 Moise MOSICE.
Alabama Mosiche.
And also Daisu Saikoro are both pretty much asking, what would you like to see Jordan Peele do next? Something that's a bit more typical. Mosiche's question was, what combo of film genres do you want him to see next? And Daisu's is, what would you like to see Jordan Peele do next?
Honestly, I like when he surprises me. Like, I just like being surprised. Whatever it is, I hope it's something that's like none of these. Like, I would love if it was literally the next thing he did was a version of an action movie with like a little bit of like suspense and like horror in it. Like, I would love if he did like a version of it. It wouldn't be Aliens because he just did an Alien movie.
Yeah.
But like a version of that kind of movie, I would be very interested. Because again, I like when people don't put themselves in a box. Spielberg has done a million different kinds of a million different movies. I don't think his next movie would be something like an Are We There Yet? I'd watch it. But I don't think it would be something like that. But
I mean, maybe the Fablemans are going to go on a wacky road trip at some point. You don't know.
It's true. We don't know. I would watch that. I would.
I think, I want him to keep making, obviously, what he wants to make. And no, not a IP thing. Like, I don't want him to make gargoyles. People are talking about, he should go to do gargoyle. He's mused about bringing back gargoyles. Like, okay, he can produce it. He can, can whatever. But please, again, there's 4 people who are allowed to make original movies right now.
Yes, please.
Let's not keep taking them away. Let him cook. And I think it seems like what he wants to make is social commentary, creepy films. Yes. And if he just made 20 of those and that was it, I think that'd be fantastic.
He's got that one. He's got a stop motion animated thing coming out that he co-wrote with Selick, the Nightmare Before Christmas guy, and it's got Key in it as well. Wendell and Wild, I think it's called, something like that. So that looks cool. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, sci-fi, horror, he seems to have an interest in those genres, and I love those genres, so I'm perfectly happy to have him keep making weird, interesting movies in those genres. But yeah, I would probably go see whatever Jordan Peele comes out with next. I don't have a real
Don't put Jordan Peele in a box.
I don't have a real strong case. I'd agree that I'm glad that he's not jumping at the opportunity, because I'm sure he's
got every opportunity.
He's had every phone call. So I'm glad that he hasn't been seduced into, I'm going to do a Star Wars,
Transformers.
Right. Like,
it's yours, Jordan Peele.
Yeah, literally.
The X-Men,
literally any of those properties, I feel like he could get on the horn and be like, I'm going to do Superman. They'd be like, okay,
great.
Jordan, send us a script.
All right, and we'll close with this. AJ Rods asks, I don't know if Danielle's going to be on the episode, but if she is, what are your thoughts on the Punk elite situation in AEW right now, and why is CM Punk such a bunghole? I don't know what any... CM Punk is a wrestler. CM Punk is a wrestler.
I'm curious for Danielle's sense, but I actually know the context of it.
Oh my God. Really quick breakdown. So essentially, people think
is this going to take like... How long do you think this is going to take?
2 minutes. No, it's not even going to be 2 minutes. I'm going to make this very quick. Okay. Because really, if you want to hear my opinion,
we have cherry Coke in the fridge. I was going to get one.
Yeah. Oh, no, go get one. Okay. Go. Come back. But yeah, so essentially, if you want to hear my full view about it, I do have a podcast. You should listen to that. We dedicated half of the episode to it. But essentially what happened was that there is a dude who is known for being a jerk in various different wrestling places. He did a very jerky thing at a medium scrum. CM Punk. At a media scrum where he made it about him, and he obviously wanted to vent about the people who run the company. And then afterwards, some of them went into the shared locker room along with their HR, along with their head of talent relations and their lawyer, and there was a huge fight that broke out. Now everyone's suspended and no one knows what's going on, and it's insane because it's actually real.
Nice.
Theoretically.
But yeah, if you want to hear my actual thoughts, I do have a podcast. It's called Tights and Fights. I am 90% hornier on there. Sorry about it. But yes, go, because we covered it extensively along with a timeline of events.
Tights and Fights. Go subscribe wherever podcasts are sold. Thank you, Danielle.
You are welcome.
Thank you for giving me my drink break. And next week is Thor 4. We'll see you next time. And by that I mean right after this. We'll just
immediately after.
All right, bye-bye.
All first, so they've already seen Thor 4.
Whatever.
Well, should we tease the next?
Yeah, what is this, like a pre-taped live call-in show? What are we doing now?
If you want to talk about pets. Call last week. Now we're talking about crime in America.
Thor 4. See you next time. All right.